For many years, this community has not had a center, a place where it would be the nucleus of the community, where ideas and programs could come and people could come and take advantage of that.
You know, you have to have that small thing start to get people moving and realize that you actually mean to do something. You actually mean to make a difference.
Rosenwald schools were all over the South in the early 20th century. In the 19-teens, Booker T. Washington, the great African-American educator at Tuskegee Institute, looked around the South, saw African-Americans dispersed on tenant farms, isolated, lacking opportunities for education in a white-dominated society that would not spend tax money on building schools in many of the states. He made connections with Julius Rosenwald, who was the man behind Sears Roebuck, world's largest retailer. The idea was that Rosenwald would contribute good plans, which initially were developed at Tuskegee Institute, and would contribute some seed money. The local black community would raise money that usually surpassed the Rosenwald investment. The Rosenwald schools were intended to serve rural areas, not urban areas, but the Grier Heights area, Billingsville area, on what was then the rural outskirts of Charlotte, was one of the places that got a school.
Well, we had 7 grades in that 4-room schoolhouse. So I went to that school from the 1st through the 7th grade. The teachers at Billingsville were not only interested in our education at that time, but they were interested in developing us as a people. They would just gave us lifetime things to learn, rather than just, they didn't only teach us out of the books, because our books in the first place were outdated secondhand books. And of course, they did a lot of printed materials that they would come up with themselves, besides the books that we had.
That has been one great school to attend. And I'm proud to say I attended the school in my community for 6 years and had one wonderful time learning, growing, and just being there.
It was really a community school. Everybody knew everyone, and most of the parents, I think our parents participated a lot in the PTA.
I think about teachers living in our community, and our parents having a great relationship with those teachers.
Yes.
I'm excited about the new community center because we have a lot of history behind this and how we can have other people come and also be excited about doing this.
My hope for the community center, accomplished for the neighborhood, is to become a melting pot for all races and cultures. We can gather to celebrate one another.
I think the community center will help we have lost kids, just to society, for a place for them to go where they feel accepted, they can enjoy themselves, they just feel safe.
This community has constantly gone up and down in terms of a lot of different statistics, in terms of violence and in terms of education and dropouts and things of that nature. I believe that the many people in this community are looking at this center as being the final thing that's going to come about, that's going to be able to have stability in this community for a long period of time. I'm just so hopeful as to what it can do, and a lot of people are dreaming, but also a lot of people are praying that this is going to be what it takes to turn a good community into a better community.
I am just thankful that we have people who have come into our community to help us. We had a vision, we just didn't know how to make it work. And God put these people in place in our lives at this particular time for this. And I'm excited about it. And I think not only will Grier Heights be excited about it, I think the city of Charlotte will be excited about it, because we're going to do some great things in this community.
One of the foundations of Crossroads is to take a holistic approach to the revitalization of this entire neighborhood. And no one program, no one facility, no handful of individuals can bring that about, but a combination of a lot of different factors can. And the community center, by providing needed programs and services, will be, I am absolutely certain of it, will be a significant contributor to that holistic approach.
I think the atmosphere is one of excitement about the work that is being done with the renovation of the Billingsville School. The work that's going forth in there and the conversations that it is bringing forth is giving a real air of excitement. We're talking about a groundbreaking and all the work that's going to be done there. I think it is doing a lot to bring forth the interest in greater ways than it's ever brought before.
I think the center symbolizes the possibilities of the future of the community. It's a gathering place for this community with deep historical roots. There's a lot of pride about this building. And so the building itself becomes a symbol of all of that, for people to get together and to see a new day in Grier Heights.
Snyder's Land is interested in this particular renovation for a variety of reasons. Number one, we've been here for over 100 years. In honor of our 100-year anniversary in 2013, we decided to select several grants to help the community. In our research, we realized that this community here in Grier Heights needed a lot of assistance, and it fit in nicely with our education and hunger initiatives that support the community. So because of that, we awarded the Crossroads Corporation with a grant for this community center.
I'm excited about the new community center because the community center will be a place for us to communicate and talk and have fun with friends.
I think it's at the center of everything that the residents and Crossroads and everyone else here is trying to do. The center will provide access to opportunities for education, technology, just be a gathering place for folks in the community, which it was historically. And we've supported other Rosenwald schools, and we know the impact that these community centers and former educational facilities had historically, and the impact they can have in the future.
One of the great things about this project, as it has evolved over the last 2.5 years, is that while we've gotten great financial support and encouragement from outside the community, from different foundations, significant financial support, this is a project of the people in Grier Heights, of the residents in Grier Heights. The first thing we did, we had a town hall meeting and asked people from all over the neighborhood, renters, homeowners, old, young, what was their vision for a community center. Some were already using it. There were a couple of programs that were already operating in the center, but one of the really important aspects of this project is that it be sustainable. And projects are never sustainable, in my estimation, if they are brought in from the outside and just laid out. So it can't be folks who mean well and can bring other things to the table from outside. That this has to be driven by, run by the neighbors themselves for the benefit of those neighbors.
It's all in how you want to see that building. There are so many things that they've talked about in different town meetings that they'd like to see happen in that building. And now, before long, we'll give them that chance to make a difference, and they can always say that it's their building.
I'm excited about the new community center because not only will we get to learn, we'll get to have fun.
The community center will serve as a great outlet for the kids, an additional safe haven for them, but also hopefully an opportunity for the kids to study, develop some stronger study habits, some opportunities to be exposed to technology. Maybe they will have a chance to really use the computers a little bit more than what they would normally do, and just additional services in terms of any extracurriculum activities or groups, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, just different venues that will allow the children to be exposed to what is out there for them.
I'm excited because we get to have fun and do new things.
I think that the community center, once it's completed, is going to be the beacon in the community. In today's world, a lot of our neighbors don't know each other. You know, they live in private situations. I think the center is going to allow us to get to know each other a little bit better and support each other a little bit better. So I'm very excited about what this center is going to be able to do for this community and then Charlotte as a whole. I think that it's going to be a model for other communities to look at and try to follow that same direction in terms of creating an environment where everybody can express themselves and everybody has the ability to grow and be the best that they can be.
Congrats.